Good morning, guys. So we're here at 3:45 in the morning, and this week we were already planning on this. We were going to do a pretty significant volume deload, but now they're actually, instead of going up in intensity, I would say overall intensity looks about the same as last week, but still with that big drop in volume. Made some last minute changes to the plan with how burnout I've been feeling. But yeah, so we're just gonna hit like one top double on deadlift, couple easy back down ones. Then we'll hit into some speed bench and some tempo squats. But let's get after it. So we're feeling okay today. I don't expect to feel great since I had 2 rest days, but this is the deload. So next week, hopefully, or by the end of the week, we'll be feeling really good. All right, all right. All right. That was planned last warm up. So it felt a little heavier than I would have hoped for. But it's just one set, the higher weight. And with the volume decrease, I think we'll be okay. And it's not that much more. So let's go for it. All right, one top double, 518 pounds. So, as expected, touch of a grinder. Well, I'm definitely glad we're originally going to take 529 for like 2 doubles today. I really don't think that would have been there. So this was the right call. We're going to back it down to 485, hit a couple doubles there, and hopefully next week come in super strong. So I got a final set here. I mean, it shouldn't be too hard, but I've noticed that I kind of feel myself getting pulled forward a little bit out of position. So maybe I need to be a little more patient. So I'm going to try that. But it could just be I'm not getting in a good position to start with. So try to be a little more patient. Probably used to be more explosive is what it is, so that I can when I pull that slack, I can just power out. I don't really got to be super patient. But since I'm not particularly strong right this second, I need to be more patient to allow my body to get that to generate enough power, I guess. So see if we can hit it. I don't know. That first rope was pretty hard. Well done on the bench. All right, so those deadlifts, I'd say they went, about as expected. Like okay, not particularly great, but 3 sets, not too bad. We're gonna hit this speed bench. I guess speed bench basically is a deload because it's not really that heavy. But we only got 3 sets today, opposed to like the 4 or 5 would have been doing. So bang them out. kind of shitty. Kind of slid out of position like every rep, and wasn't particularly explosive. But whatever. It's not bad. So the key on those, obviously that's not heavy for me. But I'm trying as hard as I can on every rep. So it feels heavy because it's like, it feels like I can't accelerate even though obviously like if I have no weight, I can move my arms really fast. So I feel like it's slowing me down, but I'm trying really hard to power through. That's it. 3 sets of bench. Rolling on to 2 sets of tempo squats. Knock them out. So I noticed a slight change on my squat programming for today. It's still 3-1-0 tempo, but he put speed squats in there. So that just means, so just like with the bench, the intention, right? But I think that's also to help me maybe like pick a lighter weight. But we only have 2 sets, so basically I'm going to be moving them with as much force as I can, which is probably something I need to be doing all the time anyway. Yeah, so if anyone has noticed, anyone cares, I normally squat in my SVD sleeves, the new ones, the powerlifting knee sleeves, and they're not super hard to get on, but they're more difficult than these. So, so I'm just going to use my Stoics today. All right, so I'm going to hit this last set. A couple things. Last set, I was definitely, my tempo was too slow, at least on the first few reps for sure. So it ended up making the end of the set a lot harder than it should have been. But also, I kind of feel like I want to shorten the pause. Basically, going to do a non-pause as my intent here. I just want to try to get some of that explosiveness popping here for this last set. And with them being speed squats, I want to try to focus more on the pop than the pause. Correct. So, super quick wrap on today's session. Goal was to deload volume. Have nothing be too high in intensity or RPE. I think that deadlift may have been bordering the line, the top set, of too much intensity for the day. But that's a weird line to walk because we don't want to lose too much fitness this close to the meet. So after this week, we got 4 weeks of training with like more of like a traditional taper at the end. That actually only leaves 3 weeks of training to really get to peak it. So we want to try to maintain as much fitness as we can this block. So that was kind of my logic in still taking the prescribed weight today, even though it's a deload. Plus, we have a whole week to dissipate fatigue, So I think, given that it's super low volume, I feel like that will be driving the majority of the deload for sure. Um, Especially on squats. Squats still just beat me up a lot, so only 2 sets of those tempo squats. And the RPE was going to go up on these originally, so I was going to do them heavier this week, but because of the change of plans, I kept them super light. Still kind of cardio kind of becomes a challenge at the end. I don't know. I don't even think of it as cardio. You're holding your breath for a long period of time. Like, nobody sprints and holds their breath. So I don't know if I call that cardio, but my wind starts to become the issue more so than the strength on those tempos. But that's it. I got to pack up, get out of here, clean up the weights, and tomorrow we just got a bench day. So we'll catch you there. See you on the next one.